Ready?
Go.
Okay. First thing I want to do is open up, make sure I got my key, okay, when we do our pre-trip. Then we're going to walk to the front of the truck. First thing we want to do, guys, is we want to check to make sure that the truck is not leaning, or so we're checking to make sure there's no flat tire or broken spring, okay? And also, then we're going to check underneath, make sure there's no leaks, which is oil, coolant, or power steering, okay? Next thing we're doing is we're looking at all of our lights, which is a clearance light, our headlight. Make sure they're the proper color, not cracked or damaged, okay? Next thing I'm going to do is open up the hood. Come around. Click the lever. Click the other one. Okay. Now at that time it's loose stance. Pull my cab, my hood up, and we're going to come over and do this side here. Okay. Go to my alternator, which is tight and secure, and my leads are tight and secure. Okay. And we're going to go to our air conditioning compressor, which is tight and secure and not leaky. Then I'm going to go to my belt, which have no more than 3/4 inch of free play and no cuts or abrasions. My water pump is gear driven, which is tight and secure and not leaking. Okay. Now at this time we'll move to the other side of the truck. This is my coolant, which is at proper operating range. Go to my oil, is at proper operating range. Going to my power steering, which is at proper operating range, okay? I'm going to my gear-driven air compressor, which is tight and secure and not leaking. Now if I follow this line here, my governor is back underneath the sleeper, which is tight and secure and not leaking, okay? Then I'm going to go to my frame, which is this piece here. I'm looking at my frame as I look back here. There's 3 things to know, which is no cracks, no fresh welds, or freshly drilled holes. Okay. Then I'm going to go to my suspension, which is my spring mounts, front and back, which are tight and secure. Okay, I'm going to use my light so that way you can see. And then I'm checking my leaf springs. I should have no more than 25% cracked or missing. Okay. My U-joint, U-bolts are tight and secure, and my shock is tight and secure and not leaking. Okay. Next I'm going to go into is my steering column. So my steering column is straight, not bent. My U-joints are tight and secure. My gearbox is tight and secure and not leaking. Okay. Then I'm going to go to my pitman arm, my drag link, and down here is my tie rod. Okay. And as I'm looking down here, I'm checking my castle nuts are tight and secure, and cotter keys are in place. Okay. Now I'm going to go into my brakes section. I check my hose, make sure there are no cuts, abrasions, or bulges, and it's secure on both ends. Going to my brake chamber, which is tight and secure and no dents or rust holes. Also, I'm checking my safety ring is in place. Next thing I'm going to go to is my slack adjuster, which is approximately 90 degrees to the brake chamber. No more than 1 inch of free play when the brakes are released. And checking also my pins and cotter keys are in place. Okay. I'm going to move on in to my brake lining, which the brake lining is right there. I should have no less than 1/4 of an inch, no cracked or missing pieces. And then I go to my drum, which is right here. I should have no cracked or missing pieces. And then I go to my inner hub seal, which is right here, which appears not to be leaking. Okay? Now I'm going to come out here. I'm checking my inside and outside rim. No cracks or fresh welds. Also, I'm going to my inside and outside sidewall. No cuts, abrasions, or bulges. And I'm going to my tread, which I should have no less than 4/30 seconds in any major groove. Okay. Then I'm going to go down here, checking my lug nuts, which are tight and secure, no red dust or rust indicating looseness. My outer hub seal is here, which is not leaking. Then I go over here. This is my valve stem, which is straight, not bent, centered in the hole, and the cap is in place. Okay. Now I'm checking my tire. It looks like it's properly inflated, but I won't know until I check with a tire gauge. Okay. And I won't know if it's a match set till I get to the other side. Okay. All right, we're going to move on. Check my mirror. Make sure it's not cracked or damaged. Tight and secure. Okay. Now I'm going to open up my door. I'm going to pull up on it, make sure it's properly hung. And also, as I'm here, I'm checking my seal. Make sure it's tight, secure, and in good condition. Okay. Now, as I come inside, I'm checking my fire extinguisher. There's 4 things to know about, which is properly stowed, properly rated, properly charged, and the needle is in the green. Okay. Now, this is a circuit breaker truck, but if we had fuses, we'd have to make sure we have 1 fuse for every amperage. Okay. All right, we're going to shut the door, and we're going to go. We'll open our box here, and our triangles are inside this box, and there is 3. Okay. All right, we're going to shut that up. Then we're going to walk back here, and then we're going to go to our fuel tank. Put that out. My fuel tank is tight and secure and not leaking. I'm looking at my straps, which are tight and secure. And also I'm looking underneath, as I see my hoses underneath there. They are my crossover lines, which are tight and secure and not leaking. Okay. The other thing we said are making sure that our fuel cap is tight and secure. Okay. All right. Next thing we're going to go to is my steps are tight and secure. My catwalk is tight and secure and no foreign debris. Okay. I'm going to go steps. We're talking about our airlines, our glad hands, which is this is our emergency. We're checking to make sure that our seal is in good condition and no foreign debris. Also, we're looking at the hose itself. Make sure it's secured on both ends and there's no cuts, abrasions, or bulges. We're going to bring into our pigtail. First thing I'm checking is your connections here to make sure there's no foreign debris. Also, I'm checking to make sure that my screws are in place. Checking my cord, make sure it's secured on both ends and there's no cuts or frays. Okay. Now at this time here, we're going to go to the drive shaft. Our long drive shaft is straight, not bent. My U-joints are tight and secure. My hanger bearing down under here is properly hung. Okay, and my front and rear pinion seals are tight and secure and not leaking. Okay. Now we're going to move on here. This is our splash guard, which is tight and secure. And I'm going to go to my suspension again. My spring mount, I have spring mount here and back here are tight and secure. This is my torsion bar, which is tight and secure. My U-bolts are tight and secure. Now I forgot my leaf spring. I can have no more than 25% cracked or missing. Okay. Then I'm going to go back here to my airbag, which is tight and secure in good condition. My shock absorber, which you have right there, is tight and secure and not leaking. Okay. Now at that time I have that done, so I'm going to go back into the brake section again. So I'm looking under here for my hoses, which are tight and secure on both ends. No cuts, abrasions, or bulges. And then I go to my brake chamber again, which is tight and secure, no dents or rust holes. And my safety rings are in place. Okay. Then I go to my slack adjuster, which is right behind it, which is approximately 90 degrees to the brake chamber, no more than 1 inch of free play when the brakes are released. And my pins and cotter keys are in place. Now the next thing I'm going to do is work my way in. I'm going to go to my brake lining again. Okay, my brake shoes or brake lining, no less than 1/4 of an inch, no broken or missing pieces. My drum, no cracks or missing pieces. Inner hub seal, which is in this area here, appears not to be leaking. Then I go to my outer rim, which I'm going to do both rims together. So I'm doing my inner and outer. My inner and outer rims, no cracks or fresh welds. I'm doing all my sidewalls from on this tire and this tire, no cuts, abrasions, or bulges. My tread depth can be no less than 2/32 in any major groove. Then now, as I look in between these two tires, these are Bud rims, require no spacer, and there is no foreign debris. Okay. All right. So we got the tires done. So we're going to work our way out again to our lug nuts again, which are tight and secure, no red dust indicating looseness. My outer hub seal is not leaking. My valve stem, straight, not bent, centered and whole. Cap is in place, approximately 180 degrees. My other valve stem is there. Okay. Now I'm looking at the tire. They look like they're properly inflated, but we'll not know till I check with the tire gauge. And also, I'm looking at the size, and they are a match set. Okay. All right, now, what we're going to go up here is to the fifth wheel, okay? This is our fifth wheel plate, which has to be straight, not bent, properly lubricated, okay? This is my release arm, which is straight, not bent. Right now it is in the unlock position, okay? And then we're going to go, our pivot pin is here, which is tight and secure, and my safety device is in place. Okay. The other thing I want to talk about is these bolts that you see right here are my mounting bolts. If I had platform bolts, you see them that they go up and down, which it has to be 100%. Okay. Now this is a sliding fifth wheel. We'll get into that more. Okay. The other thing as I come back here. The other thing that I'm going to be looking at is if my trailer was on at this time, that my kingpin would be straight, not bent, in the locked position. Okay. Before I go out, I'm going to check my lights, make sure that our tail lights are proper color, not cracked or damaged. And as I come out, I'm checking my splash guard again, is tight and secure. Okay. For the tractor, this is what we're doing here, and as one more part that we need to go over. We go here to the exhaust system, which is straight, not bent, tight and secure, and I'm also checking to make sure there's no black soot indicating leakage. Okay.
That's all?
That'll take care of it for now.